Hey there, it's Scott, startatherapypractice.com. Hope you're having a great day today. So today, when I'm shooting this video, it's December 6th. December 6th, in my church, I'm Catholic, is the feast day of St. Nicholas. It's a great day. Some of my friends like to call it Punch a Heretic in the Face Day, and I'll tell you the reason. So it's a bit of history here. Whether you're a Christian, Catholic or not, interesting bit of history, but it does have practical application to your private practice, so I want you to listen up here. In the year 325, by the way, I love history. In the year 325, Constantine was the emperor, and he called a council. It was the Council of Nicaea. So he brought all of these church leaders together, and basically what was happening was the heresy of Arianism. I'm not going to go into Arianism. You can look it up, but it was proposed by Arius. He was a bishop. And so there was a lot of controversy at this time in the church. So Constantine, the emperor of all that is important, says, hey guys, let's get together. Let's work this out. This is important. Okay. So a bunch of church leaders, bishops in this Council of Nicaea, because it was in Nicaea is where it was held, they got together to talk about this. At this council was Arius, the guy proposing the heresy. Also at the council was St. Nicholas. And St. Nicholas was listening to Arius, and he was getting pretty upset about what he was proposing about Christ. So St. Nicholas gets up out of his seat, crosses the room, and as the telling goes, he either punched or slapped Arius. Now, everybody was pretty aghast at this. They were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he just did that. He walked across the room and hit this guy. That's how upset St. Nicholas was. St. Nicholas was a bold dude, obviously. So all the people there were like, well, what do we do about this? What do we do about Nicholas? You just can't go across the room and smack somebody. So Constantine says, you know what? You guys are the leaders here. You need to decide what you're going to do about Nicholas. So they decided to basically put Nicholas in jail and take away all of his authority and just let him sit there during the council. Now, miraculously, and there's a lot of details here I'm not going to go into, but I'm kind of summarizing. Miraculously, Nicholas is let loose from jail. It's kind of a neat story behind that. And I'll put a link down below where you can read more information about this telling and just more about St. Nicholas, because he was a real dude, all right? He was a real person. So Nicholas miraculously gets set free from jail. He goes back to the Council of Nicaea, and during the Council of Nicaea is where we get the Nicene Creed that most Christians say every Sunday at church. And it just lays out the basic tenets of Christianity. And it's why Christians are not Arians today. It kind of squished Arianism, which at the time, most people were Arians. Most Christians were Arians at the time because Arius was a powerful, influential guy. So he had kind of spread this false truth, and the Council of Nicaea came together and said, no, here's the creed. Here's the Nicene Creed. Here's what we believe, and it's not Arianism, okay? So St. Nicholas had a huge impact on the Council of Nicaea. He's the reason that we have the Nicene Creed, one of the big reasons anyway. So it has a practical application to your private practice, to your business. I take a lot of strength from Nicholas being so bold and having such initiative to go over there and smack Arius down, literally. Now, I'm not saying you need to smack down your enemies or those who are oppressing you in some way, but I am saying that it's a good lesson to be bold in our actions and to stick up for truth. And every day, if you are one of those types of people, sort of like me, and you are a pleaser, I'm a people pleaser. I want people to like me. I want people to get along with me, but I need to fight that in some instances. I just had to do this the other day with a person. This person had a different take on something that was going on with some kids. And I said, no, that's wrong. I don't agree with you at all, and here's why. And very calmly explained why I thought she was wrong, and here's the other side of that. And they didn't disagree with me, but I did it in a civil way. The point being is that I took the initiative to disagree with somebody, to go against my nature, which is to want to get along with folks and say, you know what, that's not right. I'm going to stick up for what's right and explain the other side of this situation to help inform this person. And this didn't even have to do with religion. It had to do with how to bring kids up. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have a religious application, although it can, but it can just have an application of you being bold enough in your practice to take the initiative to move, to make that first move. That's the lesson that I want you to take away from St. Nicholas today. So this morning when I'm shooting this, I'm going to go upstairs in just a little bit and wake everybody up, and we're going to get in our stockings. It's December 6th. It's not Christmas. That way we keep Santa, St. Nicholas, separate from Christ, who we celebrate his birth on Christmas Day. In my house, we don't, in the Catholic faith, we don't confuse St. Nicholas with Christ's birth, with the celebration of his birth. I realize Christ probably wasn't born on Christmas Day, but we got to celebrate it somehow. There's a whole history behind that I'm not going to go into, but it's very interesting. So be sure to check out the link below if you want to read more about St. Nicholas, learn about his life, and be sure to follow my podcast called Start a Therapy Practice. And if you have any questions about starting a practice, email me, scott@startatherapypractice.com, and I want you to be bold today like St. Nicholas, okay? Be bold like St. Nicholas. Help the poor, which St. Nicholas did. Help those who are downtrodden. Be bold, and if something is wrong, speak up against it, all right? Godspeed to you in your practice.